Glad to meet you guys today, and I'm sure Professor Chen is still on her way, but it's okay. I don't need her now, okay? So anyway, I hope we will have a good time today. And on your table, I think each of you guys have a CAPI, and because later on we're going to let you guys test out on your CAPI. So please make sure that your CAPI is capable with the Wi-Fi. There's internet on it, okay? 他们的都有网络还没点 Okay, it's okay. Because later on, if you want to connect with your CAPI, then you will need internet, okay? And if you want to see where you can connect the internet, you can just scroll it down, okay? So you can actually wake your CAPI up here. Here's the power button on the top, okay? And you can just press it. Okay, then you can wake it up. Okay, and then, sorry. And if you scroll it down, then you can see here's the Wi-Fi. Okay, so if you want to connect with the Wi-Fi, you can do it right here. Okay, and anyway, I want to just make a quick example of CAPI. And maybe, because now we have so many CAPIs here, so I want to introduce a little bit about the functions here. So later on, if you force the screens down, you can see the Wi-Fi, so you need to connect with the Wi-Fi to connect them, okay? And then second one here, you will see this facing one, okay? So that means when we're talking, CAPI will face to you, okay? So for example, if I'm talking here and I told CAPI, then CAPI will turn around like this, okay? And the third function here is it's gonna keep walking. It will walk, move. So when it's performing. But if you're at a place that is not, capable, not appropriate for CAPI to walk around, like maybe the space is way too small, then you can just, not to let it move. So it will stay at the same position to make sure it's not falling, okay? And for the fourth one, usually I just turn it off, and that means the CAPI will keep talking. Really keep talking. Okay, so if you have any adults at home, they like to keep talking, let them talk with you. Okay, you can let them talk with you. And for the rest, there are other functions. You can also check it out here. But anyway, at this point, I would like to show you a little bit what CAPI is capable of, and I hope it won't fall. Okay, I hope. So let's just give it a try. So let me see. Hello, Kebbi. Oh, sorry, I wake you when someone's up. So maybe for a second. Hello, Kebbi. Sorry, but not mine. 请表演川剧变脸。请表演川剧变脸。Okay, a big applause for CAPI. Okay, so as you can see, for CAPI, actually it can do very smooth movement, right? So actually, there's so many robots nowadays, but I would say CAPI is first of all the movement is very smooth, so I like it very much. And secondly, actually it is very easy to compose it. So actually, you don't have to do like a lot of coding. You don't need to know how to code a lot. We just use the coding blocks to do it. So it's quite easy. And today I'm going to show you how you guys can do that. Okay? So here I want to introduce myself a little bit. So I'm from National Taipei University of Business, and I'm now at the Department of Digital Media Design. And you can just call me Victoria. I was graduated here. Okay. So I'm really glad that I can come back here and share you guys with this project. Okay. And so later on, I'm going to show you some topics related to robotics, and also introduce a little bit about Kebbi. But I want to tell you guys, I'm not a sale from Kebbi, okay? I'm not a sale, so no discount from me if you want to get one, okay? And then I will just show some cases, some projects, and then today what we are going to use is the programming lab, and actually it's called Code Lab, and we are going to try that software today. And then in the end, if you have any question, you can just let me know. So first of all, we will just move on to the robotics topics. So actually, this is a quick overview that I do on Web of Science. You guys know Web of Science. And I try to find out the topic related to robots, and it should be article and related to educational use. And so at that time, actually, I was doing this research on about 2022, mid-2022. Then I just searched for a quick look and just a very quick overview. So as you can see in the beginning of these years, actually you seldom see related topics, education topics to robots. But maybe you can find one or two, something like that, and you might wonder. Yeah, keep talking, just like that. You can just shut it off, no worry. Okay, and you might wonder, oh, Professor, what is that is basically about? Actually, that is sometimes basically about using the robotic arm. So, for example, in a library, maybe they have a robotic arm, so they can pick up the books and give it to you. So that's all at that time. Okay, and then you can see after 2001, you can see there's more and more educational topics related to robots. And after here, you can see even more. Okay? And even nowadays, you can see there's even a lot. And you can imagine, why is that? Why there's even more topics related to robotics? Why? AI, yeah, perhaps. Because you can see that actually our technical skills is getting even better. And moreover, you guys can guess how much this Kebbi is. How much? In New Taiwan dollar, how much? 25,000 lower. 100, yeah, around that. Actually, that is around like $15,000, and perhaps you can also get some discount from it. So you can see, actually, it is not so expensive to get one robot, actually. And you may think, then how can the company get profit from it? What do you think? How? One robot is just about $15,000, and you can even get discount. How can that get profit from it? So smart, big applause for her. Application, okay, just like Tesla. The car is not that expensive, but everything for the software, for the application, they all cost money, okay? So actually on Kebbi, there's a lot of applications that you can pay for it, and it's quite easy for you to use, okay? And later I'm going to show you some, okay? And so here I just want to show you a very quick research related to Kebbi robot. So this is published in around 2021. That is not my research, but I just want to give you a very quick example. So this research is about digital storytelling, outcomes, emotions, screens, and perceptions among EFL middle school learners. And it's trying to see the difference between using robot-assisted students learning and versus PowerPoint-assisted presentation. Okay, so two groups. Okay, so let's see how it's doing. So here's the research question. It's want to see how to different presentation modes. So like I mentioned, one is robots and the other one is using PowerPoint. And influence students' digital storytelling performance, effects including positive and negative, okay? And grades, okay? You guys know what grades is? Okay, grade means that would you give up something easily? Okay, so you should preserve it to your goal. Okay, and here's, I'm sorry I didn't translate it into English, but I'm going to explain it very quick. So this is the experimental procedure. So actually, it's found into groups of Taiwanese students. They are all 9th grades. And they are divided into 2 groups. So experimental group on the left-hand side and the control group on the right-hand side. And in the beginning, the teacher told a student what digital storytelling is, and this is very important. If you want to do such research, you must explain to your student first what digital storytelling is. And then the teacher assigned a story for them to prepare for the digital storytelling, so that is for the beginning, all right? And they have the pre-test for the digital storytelling, okay? So this is the pre-test. And they spend 2 rounds doing the digital storytelling task. So this is the first one. So they're using the Kebbi robots, first round. And for the control group, they use the PowerPoint, okay? And they have two rounds, okay? And then in the end, they have the post-test, okay? For the digital storytelling. And actually, they also check out the post-questionnaire and even some interview. And so here, let's check out. So this is the interface of the presentation modes on Kebbi. Okay, so you will see it has some function like you can fade in, fade out, you have the sounds, you show the image. Don't you think it's just exactly like PowerPoint? You can do the same thing, okay? So that is the presentation mode on Kebbi. But there's a very big difference, this part. So with Kebbi, you have the postures. You have the movement, okay? So when Kebbi is telling a story, it has some movement, okay? So this is about the Kebbi mode, and then let's check out. So this is the traditional PowerPoint digital storytelling, okay? So you can see you also have the image, you also have the lines, and you have the sounds, okay? So you can also do digital storytelling by this way, okay? So that's the difference between these 2 groups. And let's check out the experimental result. Okay, I know you guys can read this very easily, but I'm going to, make it even simple. Okay, so for the storytelling group, the storytelling performance, there's 3 results that check out. First of all, for the pre-test, actually there's no significance difference between the 2 groups. So that means in the beginning, before the intervention, actually we both groups we perform the same. Alright? So otherwise we don't want to, perhaps experimental group already perform better than the control group already in the beginning. We don't want that. Okay, so this is the evidence. In the beginning, they perform the same. And for the post-test, both groups show significant improvement. What does that mean? For control group, when we're using the PowerPoint mode, we also get better after we use the PowerPoint mode. And for the experimental group, after we use the robot way, we also perform better. Okay, we all improve. But for this one, the post-test comparison. So I'm going to compare the experimental group and the control group, so you can see the experimental group actually perform better than those using the PowerPoint way. Okay, so you see the result. And here is about the effect. So about the positive effect, the experimental group students, they have significant better effects than control group. And for the negative effects, actually the control group gets higher scores than the experimental group. But we actually don't want the negative effects, right? So it's okay. And
And for the last one, the grit, they also see the significant differences between the overall grit and perseverance effort. So that means students who use the robot way, actually they tend not to give up when they're learning. Okay, so this is the research I would like to show you with you guys. So maybe in the future you have some ideas related to such research. Okay, and here I want to share some applications of robotics in education. So maybe in the future you want to come up with some research, you have some idea. And so first of all, digital storytelling. Actually, I think you guys have already read some articles related to that storytelling. That is, I would say, not that difficult to conduct such experiment. Okay, and then also the self-directed learning. We can also do that because, as you can see, students can learn with the robots on their own if you design it well. Okay. And then also for the adaptive learning, the students can use their own paths to learn. So maybe there are some students, they're very good, then yeah, they can learn in advance. But when they're students, they learn quite slow, then it's okay. They can learn as their own paths. And then about the programming, like what we're going to do today, the code lab, it's all about the computational thinking. So it can also train the students' computational thinking. And also for the special education and elderly care, you know there are some students that need a special care. They don't like to talk to people, but when it's robots, they feel okay to interact with them. So if you're also doing the special education research, you can also try this, okay? And also for the collaborative learning, we also let the students to learn with the robots. And also you can let the robots to do the assessment and evaluation. And this is quite interesting. I don't know why, but you know, the test items, they're all the same on the paper test and also on the robots. But the students like using the robots to test. I don't know why, okay? And also role playing, okay? So if you have some role playing, you want the students to act, but they have no one to play with them, then you can also use the robots as a role play, like a teaching assistant or the group leader or peer, okay? Anything you need. Okay, so you guys can just think about it, and if there's any research idea came up, then good for you, okay? And here I just want to make a quick introduction to the Kebbi robot. So actually it is the, do you guys know Nuwa? Because I think we have many foreign students here. Nuwa just, I would say that's a legend in China, okay? So anyway, Nuwa, it's used to say that Nuwa create this word and create us, okay? But anyway, this is the company's name. So if you guys wanna visit the website, you can search for this. And anyway, you can see actually it is founded before and they established in Taipei in 2016. So actually at that time we already cooperated with them. And when I say cooperated, I didn't mean I'm a sale of theirs. No, I just found this robot, and I think that is very good to use in education. Because I'm sure you guys have also seen other robots. But when you wanna implement them in educational settings, maybe there's some problems you need to, overcome. Okay, and so far this is the one I think we're all quite easy to use. Okay, and yeah, just some introduction. So it's a technology company and with their intelligent robots. Okay. And here just some quick introduction. So actually, Kebbi has the advanced perception capability. So that means it's actually equipped with diverse sensors. So on Kebbi, actually there are several sensors. Okay. So what's the good things having sensors? The more sensor you have, the more interaction you can have, right? So for example, if I touch Kebbi's hands, maybe there's some reaction. Or maybe I touch its head, it has other reactions. So that's something good. And it also has the AI recognition capabilities. So this is actually what we're going to do today. We're going to let Kebbi to recognize color. So about image recognition. So I'm going to tell you guys how to do that. And it also has expressive facial and body movement as what you guys see. And so what else? Scalability of content and applications. So actually it is a user-friendly development environment. You only need to develop it on the website. So you don't have to download something else. No, you don't need that, okay? And actually it also has other extensive IoT support. So if you're also doing something related to IoT, or maybe some of you already pay for ChatGPT, I don't know. You can also connect it with Kebbi, okay, if you guys have done it, okay? And here's just a quick, tells you guys the components of Kebbi. So you have the camera on top, so you can check out your Kebbi. There's the camera here. Okay, and also the charging indicators, you're not charging now, and also listening. If the Kebbi is listening, it turns yellow. Okay, so later on when you're using it, you will see that. And also the touch screen, so if you want to do some interaction, select something, you can also touch the screen. And the PIR sensor and palm touch sensor. So there's a sensor on the palm, okay? Sensor, here. Here. Do you guys see it? Here. Okay, there's a sensor, so also on the other side. And status indicator, so when you touch it, like this, here's the sensor. Okay, it's not working. So, you can see. And there's also a sensor on belly. Okay, and so in the up, there's the main screen and power button. And hand touch sensor, so there's also a sensor on the head, okay? And what else? Oh, cheek. There's also a sensor on cheek, so you can actually touch his cheek. Just like that, okay? And also with the microphone, speakers on the bottom, okay? And the charging part, so if you want to charge it, it's in the back, here, okay? And what else? Oh, it has the IR drop sensor. So if it's gonna drop, then it will come back. Okay? It's gonna drop. See? Okay, this will tell you. Okay, very good, right? But not as the back. Not as the back. You know what I mean? Okay, so don't do that. Okay? I've done that before. So not in the back, only at the front. Okay? So let's check out more. And so as you can see, the Kebbi can move very smoothly because it has the powered by the AI server motors. But actually, I'm not expert at this horizon, so I don't know what that is. But that means it can move very smoothly. Okay. And also, I mentioned the 6 interaction zones. Okay, on the top, cheeks, hands, and belly. Okay. And usually for the robots, we always have the wake up way. Okay, so for example, we can say hello Kebbi to wake it up, or we can touch the belly to wake it up. Okay. And on the top, the audio input, so it can hear you, and the visual input. So if you want to show Kebbi something, you should put it in the front of the camera, but not too close. Okay. And the speech output, and yeah, I'll just skip this part. And these are some tools, the applications on Kebbi, but I did not put all of them here. That's because I only put the things you will probably need. Okay, for the rest, I don't think you really need to buy it. And for the first one is Code Lab. Actually, for Code Lab, what we're going to use today, actually that is free, so all of you guys can use that. But I always pay for Code Lab is because on Code Lab we can have a preview mode. We can have a preview mode on our laptop. Okay, so that means I don't have to always put my projects in Kebbi to test it out. I can test out on my laptop. Okay, so that's why I pay for it. And for the content editor, you guys see the digital storytelling things. You can also do that using the content editor, and there are already some research using that. Okay, and also the skin editor. I won't say that's something you really need to buy, but if you are you like how do you say you're using art, you're teaching art, then you can teach your students to make up some facial, some new skin for Kebbi. Okay, so for example, their Kebbi look different. See, so you can change the facial. Okay. And the presentation editor is like what you have seen for the research. That is the presentation editor. And there's a trend kit. Trend kit is, usually when we talk to Kebbi, it's already have some response based on the clouds. Okay, so already setting up some. But if there's some specific response you want Kebbi to respond to you, then you use trend kit to train it. Okay. And for quiz editor, just like I've mentioned to you, just quizzes for students. Okay, but students love it. And for robot manager, that is when you need that. You only need that when you have several robots. Okay, so far you don't need that. And role flow. Role flow is something very cool that it can combine all these applications together. So maybe it can set up a rules like, okay, so now it's at 7 o'clock, then please do the movement, or please play this project. Or maybe when you see principals, say hello to principals, something like that, okay? So that is what role flow is doing. It puts everything together, okay? Alright then. So here I just want to show you guys some projects, and this is also a student here studying for his PhD, but I'm not quite sure if he's still here. He is called Jian Wei. He's he's also a teacher in Songshan Gongnong. Okay, still here? Okay, but anyway, at that time, after my sharing, he came up with this project. It's about computer hardware maintenance, and it's for technical skills certification. There are students in such departments. They need to learn how to, let's say, they need to know the different components of the PC. So this is the hardware, this is the mouse, this is that's what they need to do. So I would like to show you guys this example real quick. I'm sorry, but this PC is quite not so loud. Okay, anyway, he's telling Kebbi what project we're doing today. And he said, okay, we're gonna begin. Okay, so now Kebbi will tell the user what you need to show me now. So for the first one, is the screen. So the user needs to show Kebbi the screen. And then recognition, correct, okay? And then next one is the mouse. Okay, so later on they also need to show other components. So usually when the student is practicing such certificate training, there's no one checking out for them. Because it's impossible for the teacher to look after you all the time. So with a robot, actually the students, they can learn on their own. Okay, and then in the end, okay, so Kebbi is telling the user, yeah, you finish this in 5 minutes and you distinguish 8 of them. Okay, and telling them some things to pay attention to. Okay. So that is one of the project I would like to share with you guys. And also this one, I'm not going to show you the video, but actually this is, it's called Shihan. Shihan also use robots. You see a lot of robots on the table. And for the high school students, and they are learning Hakka, you know, one of the language in Taiwan, okay, Hakka. And they're learning this through making, tea making, okay? So this is another example. So the students can learn on their own and finish their worksheets, okay? And there's some projects I also want to show you, but we don't have so much time, so I will only show you what we're going to do today. So today we are going to do the recognition, the image recognition. So in the beginning, the Kebbi will tell you the rule of this game. Okay, so it's telling that, okay, I'm going to tell you one color, and you need to take up the responding color stuff. Okay, things related to that color. So for the first one, green, and then you need to take out something green, show it to Kebbi, and you can correct. Excellent. Okay. So the second one, blue. Yay! Very good. All right. Okay. So I'm going to skip this a little bit. So this is getting the correct answer, and you get 5 points. Okay. And what if you guess the wrong? Wrong color, okay? So in the end, if you guess the wrong color, you lose the game, and then you have the punishment. You need to say, I'm a little pig. Yeah, and you need to say it, okay? Yeah, so that's all what we're going to do today, alright? Quite easy, right? Okay? And just show you other things, the content editor. If you guys want to make animation, anything, or digital storytelling, you can use content editor, okay? And this is the train case I mentioned to you, training the response you want Kebbi to say, okay? And yeah, I think that will be all I want to introduce, and we are going to move on to the code lab, okay? And I think you guys already have your accounts. Very good. Thank you guys. And let me see. And after you have your accounts, you will need to add to the group. And I think you guys also done that already. Very good. And if you have added the group, please make sure that your interface looks like mine, with a lot of applications here, not just one. It needs to have a lot, not just one. Okay, so do you guys have the same interface as I do? You have a lot of applications here, not just one. Okay, good, good. Or anyone needs help? If you only have one application, the close that, then that means you're using your own group. You're not using Professor Chan's group. Then that is not correct. Okay? Done. Anyone needs help? Yeah, you can log in first. I will give you guys some time, okay? And also a quick remind. Professor Chen also give you guys a link to download the materials we need today, and there should be 3 pictures and 2 zip files. Do not unzip it, okay? Don't unzip it. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Okay, so if you only see one application, please change it here. Change your team here. If you only see one application, please change your team there. Good, good. You need to select another team. Then you will see a lot of application.
So are we guys on the same page? Hey, you guys have more application than I do.
And if you want to change the language, you can change it here. Okay? If you want to change the language, it's here. Okay? So change your group here.
So you guys are great. You guys are great. Great. Excellent. Anyone needs help? Very good.
So anyone needs help, please raise your hand. We have so many assistants here. Great helpers.
Oh, okay.
So are you guys done? Anyone else needs help? Copy man. And so what you have seen here, they all cost money. Okay, they all cost money. So thanks to Professor Chen to that you guys using this. Okay. So for today's course, I will only use the code app. But if you guys are interested in other application, actually you can check it out on your own. Like I mentioned, the content editor and Train Kids, very easy. But if you want to use it like ChatGPT, then a little bit difficult. But you can check it out. Okay. Done, everyone. So I wanna move on now. 可以继续吗？可以吗？ Okay, for the rest of the students, we will move on first, okay? So you can see the code tab is here, so you can just click it to open it up, okay? And here, I just want to show you the difference between the free code lab and the pro code lab, okay? So this is the free code lab, okay? So you can see you're not able to preview your projects here, okay? But if you pay for it, the pro version, then you can see a robot here, so actually you can just paste down your projects here. Okay, so that's the difference. Alright? So now let's move on to the code app. So this one, just click it. So here you will see some words here, some announcements here. Please, I beg you, agree it. Okay, some of my students just say, no, thank you, don't do that. Agree, okay? So, agree and like to continue. And here, so far you guys don't have any projects, so you can just create one. Okay, so just click create project. Okay? And now you will need to name your project. So name whatever you like, just make sure you can distinguish that is your project. Okay?
So maybe this is a card game. And this one is my key. I'll just name it like this. Okay?
So I will just simply name it like that. Just make sure you can distinguish your projects, because later on they're all gonna be on Kebbi, and then you're not able to find your projects. Okay, so make sure you have the project name, and do not use some special characters. Not acceptable. Okay, no special characters. And then here's the magic word. We are not going to do anything here. But in the future, if you want to, summon your Kebbi, open up this project in a special way, you can do this here. Okay, but today we're not going to do that. And now here I will need to select this one on the left hand side, the programming project and BKX file. Okay, the left hand side, and then we will just click save. And then ta-da! So you probably need to wait a little bit for it to open up the editor. Okay, so as you guys can see, here are the blocks. Okay, here are the blocks. So if some of you are familiar with the block coding, then good for you. Okay, and here is the simulator. So where you can preview your Kebbi. Okay, and also here, please check out. We have a saving buttons here. So always remember to save your projects. Okay? And here you can also name it if you want to do it. And here you can see other functions like zoom in, zoom out, delete it, or you can undo it, okay? Cut it, copy it. And all the function is all the same, like Control C, Control V, Control, I don't know. Oh, they're all the same. Okay, and here you can scroll it down a little bit here. Here are other simulator buttons. So for example, sometimes we want to test out the past touch. So what if I touch Kebbi's here? But you have nothing to do with this. Okay, you're not putting your mouse here. No, you're not clicking it. Keep there. You're clicking it here. Understand? Okay, you'll test it out here. Alright, very good. Okay, so in the beginning, you have this default blocks. It's called start. Okay, so that means with our project, our code will start there. Okay, and I want you guys to try a little bit. So for example, let's see what blocks we can use here. Face. Face means everything shown on the screen. Okay, so maybe let's just give it a try, right? For maybe this one, show character, and then you can grab this block and put it here, just like that. Very easy, right? And then you can scroll it down to see the face you want. I know many of you will select poop. It's okay, but just find the one you want to give it a try. Okay? And how you can try it? You can push this button, play on simulator. Okay? Click it. And then you see here, the simulator is showing you the code. Okay? Understand? Excellent. Okay? So, quite easy, right? So let's try one more. Okay? Let's try one more. When it's about talking, that it sounds excellent. So you can just select this one, the first one. So click it, grab it, and put it here. And say, okay, you want to say hello or say, hello, Vicky. And you see the random actions here. And its default setting is on. It just means that Kebbi will do some movements randomly. But if you don't want that, just turn it off. Okay? So let's give it a try. And here I want to remind you something. After I push that button, you can see the coding is coming down one by one. Okay? I will need you to pay attention to that. So after you push this button, you see it, the logic is coming down. Okay? So that is how you check your coding. Understand? Okay, good, very good. So please check if your code really works. Okay, so just give it a try now. And please let me know if you meet any problem, okay? So far so good? Excellent. So guys, do you think you need a little bit break? So that's it. We will have 5 minutes break and we will come back and continue. All right? Okay, 5 minutes break.